Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about humor in writing, and that is not because I'm a comedian. I'm not an expert in humor. If you want to learn how to write it really well, you probably aren't going to go to me. But I am saying that it should be a component. It should be part of your characters. As I've said many times, characters aren't flat. They have many dimensions. They could be crazy like George Hernandez, murderous like George Hernandez, the villain like George Hernandez, but he can be funny too. Now, not maybe funny in the same way that other people might be funny. He has a very sarcastic, very dry sense of humor, but that's part of his personality. It makes sense for him. It comes across very naturally. I don't think about like, how can I make him funny? I just follow the flow, and that's part of who he is, how he looks at the world, how he sees things. It's funny. And then you have Diego, for example, another character. He's very erratic. He's very all over the place. That's also funny. Not to make fun of him, but that's just who he is. But there's something about that, because we relate. We've all had those kind of edgy days, so we kind of have to laugh at it, because in a way we're laughing at ourselves when we see these characters acting things out and doing things that are silly or saying things that are funny or whatever. But we'll just stick on humor today. We can relate to that. We can relate to being in those situations, those awkward situations, those uncomfortable situations, those things that make us feel silly. Like you watch a show and somebody falls down, you're like laughing. If it was you, you would be laughing. But then you kind of laugh because yeah, that's happened to me before. Oh God, you feel so stupid. That kind of thing. And this is something that just comes out naturally. It's not, again, have to overthink it. If you just follow who these characters are. George is very serious. He's very much a gangster. So it makes sense that he would have sort of a dry or sarcastic sense of humor. He's not going to be silly and say stupid things, but if he did, it would kind of be interesting because it would seem so contrast to who you expect him to be. And that's the thing, you have to have that. People like that. They enjoy that. They like kind of having something to laugh at, even though it's a suspense or a thriller, very serious. You need those dimensions. People can't. For example, if you're watching a movie and it's a very sad movie, it gets you burnt out. By the end of those couple hours, you're like, oh, God, I'm just so exhausted from watching this movie about these sad people. There has to be a little break. Even if it may not seem appropriate, sometimes the inappropriateness is kind of fun too. Again, if you read my books, you get that. They have a very inappropriate sense of humor at times, but that's what makes them them. That's what makes these characters who they are. It's like the people everybody has a different kind of sense of humor, and they bring something to the table. It's very important, and it's very important if you're a writer, I think, to try to get that in there. If you're a reader, though, what do you think? Do you like that? Do you like humor? If you're reading a very serious book, do you like a little bit of humor kicked in there in the middle when you don't expect it at an inappropriate time? What do you think? What do you think? I'm just curious. Find me at mimaandfire.com. Find me on Facebook, Twitter. I'm everywhere. Not everywhere. That's not true. I'm not in a lot of places. You can find me in those places. Have a great day, guys. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you, guys.